rushing. He said there's two types of rushing. One is where you use like bugs and exploits to rush past content. And the other is when you have, a buddy or someone higher level than you pulling you through the acts and helping you do the quest or blowing you through the quest kind of deal. And he said, out of those, obviously we want to stop the exploiting, so we're definitely opposed to that. But he said at first glance they didn't like the idea of people skipping content, but the only reason he thought that was just because, we made it, we want you to experience it.
Right.
But he said ultimately it's a social game, and that's a social connection, so they're fine with you being rushed. They're fine with that.
It's understandable.
So they're not going to put any super hard blocks to stop people from rushing each other.
That's cool. I'm going to play through all the content, though, nonetheless.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Don't rush me out of here.
It's actually, supposed to be real content.
And it's a great comment that it's a social thing, because very few people, only people who come really late to the game are going to end up having a rush be their first experience. The majority of people they're not going to start rushing until it's okay, yeah, I know what happens in Act 2. I really don't feel like crawling through the maggot lair, so let's just get this over with as fast as. Or hey, can somebody send me a waypoint to Travancal so I can do Kurast going backwards so that I don't have to go through the jungle?
Plus, there's always going to be those super competitive people who just want to get through as much of the game as quickly as possible, just so they can say, oh, I already have a level 60 character, I've beaten everything, I'm extremely good at PvP, top rank, whatever. But that's a very small number of people compared to the general populace that will be playing Diablo 3.
Yeah, about them.
Yep. And in other news, we got Bash says there's an average of about 22 skills per class. And that was different before when they had the tree system. It was about 30, but they moved passive skills over to the trait system, so that brought it down to about 22 active skills per class, which is pretty freaking cool.
That's still a lot.
Yeah, and each one of those can be changed by runes. I think what he said was there's going to be 1 or 2 runes, 2 runes most likely, that will not change the skill in any way for each skill, but that still leaves 3 that will change it, up to 4.
And by changing it means not changing how the spell works, just doing things it costs cheaper to use or something like that.
Right.
Just so people don't get confused. If it's not changing it, why would you use those runes? But yeah, 3 or so that'll drastically change the way the spell works. Yeah.
I am so epic.
Spell,
None of my skills were even changed.
I use vanilla on all my skills.
No runes. Check out my no rune build. So elite.
No rune build.
See, now I'm already thinking about themes. What if you went with an entirely Alabaster rune in everything? Just because. All I use is Alabaster.
You could call it the Baster build.
I think if I was going to do that, I'd do Obsidian, just because it's my favorite rock.
If you had a clan, you could be the Baster Builders.
Hey!
The BB.
There we go.
We are now, Worldstone Keep is now recruiting for the Baster Builders.
Nice.
We have a general pool of Alabaster runes that everyone can pull from. No other runes allowed. If you acquire any other runes, you must trade for Alabaster.
There's a really good rune for the Alabaster.
There will be inspections for guild events. There will be summary executions.
They will be highly publicized.
The sad thing is you can actually imagine this being real for some really crazy guild out there.
Oh, I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
I've seen, race-only guilds, real-life race-only guilds.
Oh, God.
Sexual orientation guilds. If there is a theme you can think of, someone will create a guild for it. Now, they may only have 3 or 4 other members, but it'll happen.
Still a guild.
Bitter forum goers who actually don't like Diablo 3 but still post bitter posts every day guild.
Oh, that'll be a huge one.
That'd be massive, dude.
I can name a couple of people who will be in that one.
I think we could all name a few people be in that one.
Yeah. Is that all the news we got this week?
I believe so.
Alrighty, let's move on to some community feedback and or questions. I don't think we have any questions this week, though, since we did a couple live shows, then had a week break. And now we're back to our usual. So there was a cool idea on the forums that I wanted to bring up on the show because I thought it was a cool idea, and it's the first I've read of it, even though people posted and said, oh, this idea has been thrown out there. It's the first I read of it. But anyways, Lion, L1ON, made the post on the forums of Left 4 Dead survivor-like arenas in Diablo 2, where it's just you and a couple friends fighting an onslaught of endless Diablo 3 mobs and seeing how long you can last. And I thought that was a cool idea. That'd be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that is a very old post actually. The idea has been recycled quite a bit, but it keeps gaining momentum with the...
More times it's posted.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I think it's a great idea. Now,
I think it fits in well with the existing gameplay, so
Definitely.
It's not out of place. It's not like, the much controversial capture the flag.
right?
Capture the flag.
Now, is it something we need at launch? No, but because, at launch everyone's going to be focused on playing through the storyline. But it is something they could throw in there after the fact in a patch or something, and I'd be down with. That's just my 2 cents.
I've always thought those as kind of fun. I mean, if it's in the game, cool. I won't complain. If it isn't, whatever.
Yeah, I could have it either or. Don't mind. Other feedback we got is just some praise. Theo on Facebook, big up from South Africa. You guys rock. Thank you, sir. I think we have more international listeners than we do in North America.
It's because you have 2 international casters with you.
That's right, Canadians. Alex from the blog, greetings from Spain, Barcelona, another international listener. And of course, we have Chick here listening on the show with us. He's from Poland, one of our big supporters. Alex wanted us to get back into Diablo 2 discussion. He was missing it. He liked all the other shows, the concept art shows and whatnot, but he wanted us to get back into D2, and we are happy to oblige. We're planning on doing that anyways, so here it is. Hope you enjoyed it. And Justin on Facebook, Show 20 was awesome sauce. I like the concept of that episode. Show 20 and 21, if you don't know, were our concept art live shows that we did. We threw up a bunch of concept art and talked about them, discussed them, all that good stuff. You can see that on our YouTube page. Just browse TWSK to check those out. And subscribe there. Subscribe through iTunes if you just want the audio versions of all our shows and all that good stuff. Blog, theworldstonkeep.wordpress.com. You can download every episode from there since they're not all up on iTunes. This is bringing us to the end of our show. So, as always, thank you all for listening. If you want to provide us with an interview question for next week or questions, comments, concerns, theworldstonkeep@gmail.com, theworldstonkeep.wordpress.com. You can leave a comment on there, on one of the posts. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, any way you see fit. We'll get them, collect them, put them all on the next show. So, yeah, I'm done talking.
Well then.
Should we say goodbye, gentlemen?
We should. I have to go to work.
Oh.
Sad face.
Which is actually why I was trying to end the show quickly. So yeah, say goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Goodbye, everybody.
Lasagna don't get on you.
We'll see you all next time on The World Stone Keep.